Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. We're on Xbox Series X. The game is indeed boosted in regards to the resolution, the FPS, and the auto HDR, which looks absolutely lovely. So if you're not familiar with this game, it's really one of the best Star Wars titles ever released. It's really great. I think it's got the best lightsaber play ever, perhaps, and use of Force abilities. But yeah, it's kind of running like an absolute dream, which is just fantastic. So in the game, there is a campaign, which we'll show off a little bit later. I wanted to jump sort of into the action right away. And then there's also a multiplayer. So obviously the online component doesn't work as the OG Xbox servers were down, or have been down for a very long time now. But that aside, you can play against bots. You know, there's like a split screen options, and it's just really generally well done. Like, this game is absolutely fantastic and just a gem of its time. I mean, it's just great. So you can like customize your characters, you can, you know, battle across all these different modes and options. It's just fantastic. So it should also be mentioned, you know, the campaign is also really good too. You're basically taking in being a role and kind of choosing your path along the ways of the Force as you join, you know, the Academy. So this takes place after Episode 6 in the non-canon storyline, I guess, at this point. And, you know, you're a student in Luke's Academy. And there's a whole mystical thing about the Force. You get to go on different missions on other planets. It's just kind of really well done and an actual just gem of the time. I really do love this game. It's a lot of fun to play, and it's really cool to see it, you know, running like this. Did that guy get cut up there, or is it like... It's just kind of wild, and the lightsaber play again is like kind of intense here. I don't know if I'm doing this well. Oh jeez. Trying to get like a little bit of a lightsaber throw going. But yeah, like the lightsabers and stuff look absolutely fantastic in this. I mean, it's so like smooth and fluid as well. It's just kind of crazy to see the game, you know, running like this. I don't know, it's just absolutely wild. So the game is just so charming too in regards to like the care taken into the lightsabers. So you're actually able to basically like completely customize not only like your setup there, but also your Force powers and everything like that. It's really quite neat. So you could just change the map here in the game type. So we could do like a capture the flag on the Hoth Wasteland. Sure, that sounds fun. And it just loads instantly. I like playing as Bosk because it's kind of funny, but maybe we'll be like Greedo here. I don't know, you get points, and as you can see here, you could just kind of like customize your style, which is kind of really fun. And then of course the hilt too, and the color, you'd be like a purple lightsaber. And then you jump into the action, and it's just kind of really fun, and it looks incredible. It really does just look absolutely amazing. I am blown away by the quality and the improvements here. Just as a backwards compatible game, it's absolutely wild. So obviously some of the stuff won't necessarily hold up greatly because it's like low res assets. So you're seeing that maybe in the kind of wheel in the top corner there, or some of the in-game printed loading videos and stuff. But you know, that's just because of the technology at the time. But anything kind of in-engine, I guess you could say, just looks fantastic. And while I am using lightsabers, there are, like, you know, a selection of guns and everything like that you could unleash too. But it's just, I don't know, it's kind of fun doing the lightsaber play. At least I think so. And it just looks so dynamic and cool. I mean, I'm playing a Star Wars game where I'm fighting a guy with, like, dual lightsabers as, like, a Greedo type individual. I don't know their species name off the top of my head, sorry. But it's just kind of cool. And then the snow trooper there, just hilarious. But, you know, you could just kind of play this for hours and have a good time with it, and it's just really fun. And I still think that the story, you know, is still really great. Could you get back here? Let's see if we can get up and follow this guy. But yeah, as you can see, you know, you get different types of weapons, and it's very focused on Star Wars and the lore of it. And I think it does a really great job of being something you know, kind of interesting and compelling, and still fun all these years later. I just really wish we had, you know, the actual online component with other players. I think that would be really cool. Uh-oh. It's a Tusken Raider. That's just so awesome, right? I don't know. It's just kind of a fun kind of experience. I'm hoping I can kind of shoot this guy, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. But it's just got like such cool, wild combat that's just kind of absolutely awesome to take in. And don't worry, we will be showing off some of the campaign later. Oh, jeez. Speed, push, pull. Okay. Oh, that was pretty cool, right? Huh? But yeah, you just got like all of these different sort of abilities you can unleash. I can't believe that guy's got our flag here. And I don't know, I think it just handles lightsaber plays so well, and it's just such a gem that people don't necessarily think of. It really is like just, to me, such a legendary experience. Such a fun time to be had. It's like this whole gem of a game from so many years ago that still is so much fun. And there's like just a few of these Star Wars games where they're truly, you know, iconic. There was a time where we just had so many great ones. Lightsaber come back. There we go. I mean, it's kind of neat, right? And I could have used different abilities, and you could see that with the AI kind of unleashing different things against me and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of a charming experience, right? It's fun, it's crazy, there's a good selection of maps for local play too, like against the bots as you're seeing here, which is kind of important, I guess, for still getting the multiplayer experience. Like, I don't know if I actually played much of the online, or if any of it, way back in the day when I originally played this game when I was younger, because I don't even think I had like online at the time. But to come back and just like, I think we just played bot matches, which were such a treat. I loved putting the lightsaber against the wall and just like cutting it. I was like, oh, this is the craziest thing in the world, look at this. It's just kind of, I don't know, such a fun thing, right? Playing this game and experiencing it. I hope that's kind of showing it off well. I don't know, the Imperial Control Room, the Rancor Pit, Duel. Yeah, let's do that one. And we'll be the Snow Stormtrooper. I mean, there's more customization past that, but yeah, just kind of giving you an idea of what it's like with the bots and just how well it's running. Like, it's amazing to see a backwards compatible game like this just, you know, coming across as like such a fluid and great time. It's kind of wild, I guess you could say. Oh, jeez. And I know I'm probably not the most intense lightsaber combatant, but I'm just really trying to show off how it looks. And I think the lightsabers look absolutely amazing in this. Like, the quality of them, the visual kind of light look, and how they flop around in the air. Like, it's kind of a timeless effect, and I don't think the original developers of this game would even like think about their game looking this insanely amazing all these years later. You know, it's kind of crazy to see. It's thrilling to be able to continue to like enjoy a game I loved so much so later on. It's just kind of crazy. And yes, I think as soon as we finish off this round, we'll show off a bit of the campaign and give more context into what that provides. Where did they go? These duels are kind of epic, but you can see like a good selection of modes being present here for different kinds of ways to compete and enjoying lightsaber battling. Oh, jeez. This Jedi trainer sure is good with the Force and the dual wielding thing. I don't know what they actually call that. Like, I mean, I know it's Maul's saber, right, his style, but I'm sure there's like an in-canon terminology for like the double hilt on that one. Where did she go? It's kind of crazy. Ouch. The invis works really good on this. Okay, but I think with that, since we're kind of in a locked duel here, we'll switch over to the campaign so that you can see what that looks like in action. So this is the opening of it. I mean, as you can see, the actual cinematics are really upscaled beautifully in the game.
So great.
Like, it looks I know it looks like an older game, but I think the quality of it just seems to upgrade very well, and that's kind of exciting to me because someone else can play this game for the first time and they don't have to deal with, you know, like lower visual quality that at the time when you're thinking back at the game looked like this to you, right? And I think that's kind of exciting to have, and it's kind of wild how fast it loads and gets you into the action. So the levels, mostly like a linear style, but we're just going to be showing off the initial bit of it to kind of give you an idea of how things are kind of running, how they're looking here, and the improvements in the quality, which I think are just absolutely amazing. And it's also sort of wild to think that I've played, even this past year, on the PlayStation side of things, which might be odd to mention, but they just had a port of this game, and obviously, you know, while that has online multiplayer, which is great, I don't think visually it comes even close to touching the quality that's present just from this boost in, you know, fidelity and FPS and everything, and auto HDR. It just doesn't have the same kind of wild style to it, and I think that's really cool. So this is kind of my custom character. The choices are limited in terms of the adjustments, but it's kind of a wealth of content for that time, editing wise, because you can be like all these different species, different lightsaber designs. You know, you can have, oh, my bad, a little bit of friendly Jedi fire there, but yeah, you can, you know, different species, different lightsaber designs, you know, some good customization, different choices for the options too, and how they look. It's just kind of well done, right? And I think, I don't know if you could see the Jedi Temple out in the distance. Just trying to be careful not to cut up our pal there. No, they didn't stand a chance at all.
There must be a way to open this. No problem.
The Force? What? You have to train to use the Force. But, you know, it runs fast. And it loads incredibly quick the whole way through, like I just recently mentioned, but it's kind of crazy. You know, you don't really have to stop for anything. The whole thing is just a seamless time now. You get great looking cinematics, excellent experiences as you work through the story and kind of make your own character, you know, because you really are kind of crafting your own Jedi sort of experience, which I think is such a treat. You know, like few games nowadays within Star Wars give you this kind of choice where you get to really personalize things and battle some of the, you know, most iconic, I'm having a really hard time hitting that one, most iconic kind of enemies and in Star Wars, and visit some of the most iconic planets in the universe too. It's kind of nuts, but yeah, just to see a game that I loved so many years ago, and I like to revisit every once in a while when I can, looking like this is just, it's such an absolute pleasure. You know, it's kind of wild, and the effects too, going back to what I was talking about earlier with the lightsabers and slicing and everything like that, it looks, the effect is just really cool. Even just like how you take out opponents and stuff, like you feel the power of the lightsaber, which I think is kind of really exciting. A Sith? Oh no. Kind of wild. I'm gonna just sit up here and just, we'll get down at the action. It's kind of intense though, right? But it's just kind of like got a good, exciting story to it, right? That you might not anticipate in many ways, with so many surprises. And even showing off the start here doesn't really, at least in my opinion, ruin the experience that you can have by yourself actually going through this and taking in what it has to offer. It's just such a treat. It truly is, and such a cool time. And then the sense of mystery that's sort of set up here, as you don't quite know what's happening, the characters and everything like that. I'm just blown away by how this looks. Like, it really is quite good, thinking back to what this game, you know, typically looks like without these boosts on it. It's kind of wild. Oh no!
Huh? What? Who are you? Kyle Katarn, at your service.
Kyle
Welcome
Katarn.
to a day in the life of
I think I
Jedi.
got that right this time.
What happened? We were kind of hoping you could tell us.
I like how they were sliding there.
I saw a huge flash of light and ran over to find you, just lying unconscious.
Oh!
Do you recall anything?
I saw 3 people.
And we'll just skip to the next one in the briefing, but it's just kind of an exciting game. Being in the academy and seeing this perspective, it's kind of epic. You know, it's part of Star Wars that often feels unexplored, and even though it may not be canon these days, it's still such a memorable sort of thing, at least for me.
This is one of the many training grounds here at the academy. I'm going to put you through separate courses. When you're ready, Jaden, go through that door. Rosh, follow me.
Very well. But yeah, I hope I've just been really showing off kind of how well the game is running, and a bit of, you know, story elements. Very well, I will go on my own, on the path to becoming a Jedi. Dun 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 dun
This
dun
course will
dun.
familiarize you with your core Force abilities. These are powers that every Force user has. As you progress in your training, you will learn new abilities. Both the light and dark sides will be open to you.
And the dark side?
Remember, abilities are not inherently good or evil. It's how you use them. Every Jedi is naturally stronger in different areas of the Force. It will be up to you to decide what to focus on. Alright, let's get started. In the next area, you'll find some training remotes. These will help you learn how to handle a lightsaber. Ready?
Ready! Ready.
Ready
Here
for
are the
action.
remotes.
Oh, the little training bots. Oh yeah, those are fun. But I hope I've really kind of showcased what this game has to offer, and maybe gotten you a little bit excited to play this kind of Star Wars game, especially on, you know, this generation, seeing the game continue to be coming back and thriving and looking better than ever before.
Your lightsaber is an
It's amazing.
invaluable tool. Even when inactive, it can defuse a potentially volatile situation. Trust me on that. As you train, you'll learn additional fighting styles. Changing styles during combat can surprise your opponent, allowing you to gain the upper hand. From here on out, we'll talk via comlink in each area. Let's move on.
Indeed. As we learn the ways of the Force.
You need to use the Force to jump across the ravine. It shouldn't be a problem. If you fall, jump back up to the bridge and try again.
Very well, Jedi Master.
You'll have to use push to get out.
There we go, we pushed through this wall into an epic battle situation.
Hey, Jaden, this should keep you busy till I finish the course.
Ah, you sneaky one. We're going to be really tested in our Jedi ways. Or not. Some of us are just naturally gifted with lightsaber. At least I think so.
What took you so long, Jaden?
Nothing.
You're sure?
It was nothing.
To get to the next area, you must pull a lever somewhere in the room. But you can't reach the lever with your hands. Remember to examine your environment carefully. When you're out on a mission, if you find a locked door, look for the guy in charge. He usually has a key.
He usually has a key. Oh, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Solutions to problems aren't always obvious. Use your Force sense to see if you can find a way out of the room.
But anyways, that was Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. I hope you enjoyed the look at this gorgeous and just absolutely incredible experience on the Xbox Series X.